Hey. Welcome to another episode of Easy Sports. And today I'm joined by Moise and Dino Mozambique. What's up?
Everybody. Easy, brother, easy. Interesting times.
The
Ibrahimovic hasn't left Chelsea.
legend. Yeah.
Ngakhuluma Chelsea. I like ngibizwa kamnandi kanje ngithi then the myth, the legend, when you have to go and take it there. Think Chelsea are talking
No,
about
boss. A friend of mine today said Arsenal is a solid team and they're looking good. And I said, Chief, you can't beat the best team if you're solid. So I'm a happy chap, man. I'm a happy chap.
Yeah.
United is running things. Yeah. We're just playing Thursday night football ish.
Man. Yeah. But it's all good, I mean, United is not the only team that's playing on Thursday. The Proteas are also playing on Thursday.
Hey, my brother. Hey.
Exciting times, guys.
Interesting times. I must be honest.
I think so, and I'm gonna ask a simple question. Like it's the batting part of it. I mean, I'm comfortable losing to any other team except for two teams, Australia and England. I can't. Like it's one of those where I struggle losing against them.
And India. And India.
India, I love the competition that we've had. I like. I'm not as bad in hating India. I'm comfortable with the India. I actually watched the India Kings meet a while back. India and South Africa. I enjoy the vibe. And I'm a fan of they come out in numbers and they enjoy the game. I enjoy that about it. With the England and Australia, their fans are a bit rowdy and they remind you that they are not a better team, but they are historically been better. So I can't between those two. But who's going to take the blame if we were to lose this test?
That's a good question.
Look, I mean, this is one of those test teams that has been difficult to prepare against. I mean, if you've watched the England test series over the last couple of games, I mean, they've been playing what they call baseball cricket or something like that, where they just hammer them, where they just attack from the beginning, and that's not normal in normal test match conditions. And I think in the first test match, my English, it's been a long day. So in the first test match, our bowlers came to the party. Rabada was on par. Eindrich was on par. We bowled our lines and lengths pretty well. The pace was spot on. So I think we need to bring that back, and we need to sort of deliver from a pace attack perspective. I mean, if Simon Harmer comes in as a spin bowler used to the English conditions, I think it will give us an advantage. But who are we to blame should we lose this? Look, they're probably going to put it on the captain, depending on the decision making. And especially now, there's these talks around who's coming in. I mean, we know Rassi's injured. He's not in the World Cup squad as well.
Yeah.
So I heard Ryan Rickleton is coming in for him. But Markram might be dropped. And the question is, who do they play in? Kaya Zondo or Vian Mulder? And the Twitter streets are going crazy. If Vian Mulder plays and Kaya doesn't play, it's going to be hell in South Africa.
It'd be interesting to look at both players if you compare them, their scorecard recently, and just base it purely on merit and not with who's favorite in the Twitter street or who's favorite in which board. Just base it purely on the condition that we're playing and your batting average, and that's it.
Reality is, Kaya Zondo hasn't been the luckiest of folks, regardless of his performances, performances in domestic cricket. And, Vian Mulder is one of those guys that has been groomed to become a Protea. And, they're trying to just fit him in the fold, regardless of poor performances in the past. I mean, he's done nothing for me with the bat, whereas even in the practice match against the English Lions, Kaya Zonda delivered 80 in the one game, and usually when he comes in, he usually scores half a century here and there. He sort of delivers. He's like a Reza Hendricks who gives headaches, but they just haven't given him the opportunity. And it's a crunch game. So if I were to make the call, honestly, at this point, It's one of three choices. It's either you stay with Markram and keep the experience, you bring on Kaya on merit, and with the expectation that he'll deliver, or you bring on the blue-eyed boy who's Vian Mulder, who's an all-rounder. They call him a batting all-rounder. For me, what I would do is personally, because it's a crunch test game, I would keep Markram.
Experience.
Yeah,
I would keep Markram. We're playing England, Chief. We're not playing Netherlands here. And we have to win this test series. I mean, we're number one on the world test championship ranking at the moment. And if we lose this, we'll probably drop a bit, maybe to second. And we don't want that. And we want the bragging rights after all. So, yeah, for me, I would personally not give myself that headache, and I would keep Markram. If I don't have a choice, I would bring on Kaya Zondo.
Yeah.
Have you noticed the lines are getting blurred by each tournament? This baseball, cricket you're speaking of, where now what's happening is that you've got what three forms of cricket. You've got your you've got your Test, you've got your ODI, you've got your T20. But like these players are so interchangeable that it makes it very difficult for them to adapt and just move like program themselves to okay, now I'm playing a T20. For every ball, it must go out the park. And then now they can ask what you like. Yeah?
Just stole my question.
What? Am I doing your homework now?
No, I had notes and everything, bro. But yeah. Yeah, because I was gonna also ask. I was also
ask
gonna
the
ask.
question.
Yeah, Ngoguti, the shorter format, like the other formats, don't you guys think they're the reasons why maybe our players are struggling to adapt? Because one thing I've noticed is that remember Modise, I think it was the second test where Markram, instead of being patient and letting the bowler, the ball come to him, he ended up chasing it, and while he chased it, of course, it went to the slip, and then they caught it behind. It was a very soft dismissal, and I think maybe it's because he hasn't yet adjusted that. No, this ain't T20, because in T20 it's all about the runs, and now in Test cricket it's actually about patience and just being composed. So
and putting away all the bad balls, literally managing your innings.
It's a mental game, and I think that's why de Kock stepped down, right? I mean, de Kock isn't a test player, and he quickly figured that out. Over and above the strain it takes on your body, on your mental health, etc. I mean, you're playing three formats of different types of cricket. On top of that, you're playing T20 cricket across the world, where the money is currently at the moment. There's no more money than what the T20 game is bringing to us. So I think you have two types of players at this point. You have a Dean Alga, who's a pure Test cricket player, cannot play ODI to save his life, and you have the Quinton de Kock of this world, who are pure Test players. I mean T20 or shorter format players, and we've seen it even with Rassie. Rassie has struggled on the Test arena as well, and hasn't really delivered as much in the T20, but he's a phenomenal ODI batsman because he has enough time to settle in and start knocking the ball out the park. It makes it difficult when you're playing a team that's playing baseball cricket, because I think Abu Makram, they're under pressure to try adapt to that and try play similar type of Test cricket to put pressure on the bowlers. But you're putting pressure on James Anderson.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, that guy's swing, his technique is out of this world at 40. I mean, even if you look at the last match, he may not have taken the most wickets, but his economy, I mean, he's giving away 0 runs practically, man, in an inning. So, it makes it a bit challenging. So I think the players have got to decide and they've got to commit. I think guys like Rabada, within the next 2 years, they'll make that choice. For me, the format that's going to fall off really is ODI. The money currently is in T20, is in Test cricket, and in T20.
Yep, I agree with you. The only way T20 can be revived, and it's I highly doubt it, is if a sponsor like a major sponsor like the Saudi government decides, you know what, We are wanting to invest in ODI, of which I highly doubt it, because the ODI compared to a T20. T20 it's fast, it's adrenaline, it's what everybody wants for the fans. It lasts a whole 2 hours, and that's it, you're done. And yeah, you're right. The ODI, I think it had its time. I think that's why there was a pushback. If you recall, when T20 was introduced and it was being trialed, there was a lot of pushback from these federations in that let's not. It was purely because they could see there's value in T20 for the sponsors.
With T20, a normal person who doesn't understand or watch cricket can enjoy it. I mean, for example, if you saw the Asia Cup, today, the game Pakistan versus Afghanistan, and you had a tail ender hitting 2 sixes in the last over, to win the game. That's adrenaline. That pumps up even people who don't understand the sport. You see a lot of sixes. You see a lot of boundaries. It's not about the technical part of it anymore. And even if there is an element of technicality, a normal spectator who doesn't understand cricket won't see it easily.
They won't see. It goes over them, and they get excited.
Exactly. When the guy's bowling wide Yorkers, why he's doing that. When he's bowling the short balls, cross seam, etc. In 1 over. Whereas Test cricket is technique. Test cricket is real cricket for me. That's why I enjoy it. It's real cricket. Like, it tests you as a cricketer, what you can do, what you can deliver, puts you under pressure. You see all those fielders around the batsman watching him, and I'm like, they're going to hit this guy's head. And it's just technique and pressure, and that's the adrenaline typical cricketer support. Whereas ODI, I mean, if you're a normal cricket supporter, you'd rather want to watch the last 10 overs or something. Other than that, you're wasting your time.
You're watching Australia and South Africa.
Bro. Bro.
Donkey. Yeah,
bro. Other than that, so it's dead.
No, you're not. You pretty much, you guys pretty much checked my notes, man. But it's so good.
Let's go. Shoot your shot, bro.
No, it's a free-flowing show. I don't want it to be robotic at the end of the day, guys. Because for me, the reason why I have notes is because my knowledge of cricket isn't as vast as your guys' knowledge. I'm pretty much getting back to the hang of watching it. I used to watch it the times where that's when I used to watch it, like, religiously.
You missed out. If you watching it, it was Dale Steyn. The best time for cricket was when Donald Pollock and Untini were changing. There was a batsman from Natal, from Durban, Lance Cruz. I don't know if you know him.
Yeah, I know Lance. I know Lance.
He's the original guy to hit the ball outside the Kingsmead, like out. As in Empire, they have to bring the briefcase with the different balls.
But to be fair on X, Steyn was part of our prime, man. Steyn came up when we were now understanding real cricket. I mean, I played cricket from primary school, right through to high school, and I understood cricket, basic cricket, and I watched Double Pollock, but I didn't understand the technicalities enough at that point. Yeah. When Abu Steyn and Abu Philander were playing, and Abu Morkel for me,
LB Morkel,
yes. Yeah. When T20 cricket started, and you watch LB Morkel hit that ball out the park, you know that LB Morkel has hit the longest 6 in the IPL to date.
And then there was Gibbs. I remember there was a World Cup game. He took on, I forgot which country, which I can't remember the country. He hit that 6 sixes
in an over. Herschel Gibbs is my legend because Herschel Gibbs is that naughty white boy who always proved people wrong. If you remember the 460 or 452 game against Australia that we won. The day before, that guy had been drinking out of his mind and they wanted to drop him. He scored 175 for that game. I was like, this guy's my legend.
Here's a fun fact. Do you know that Herschel Gibbs is good in cricket, good in golf, very good in soccer?
Yeah.
And rugby.
And rugby. He went to great
Yeah.
college, bro.
Yeah.
He was those guys that were just
Same with Mr. 360. Mr. 360, AB de Villiers also almost made it in rugby or whatever.
Yeah, because AD was also.
But whatever happened to the Bakers League that we used to have?
The sponsor, chief.
Yeah.
The sponsor.
Yeah.
Because literally, the minute these sponsors pull out from public school, the sport or the fraternity is privatized.
But remember, cricket has never been for a typical public school, and especially what public schools are today. Public schools are not what Model C schools used to be. So now, because people are more focused on the private side of schooling, you'd rather invest in that. And remember, cricket, if we're honest between ourselves, has never been for an ordinary black man. Which is the majority. It's always been for the rich white guys. And even when we played, we had basic bats and this, that, and you had our white guys with the latest GM bats. And, it's always just been that. And that's what it is. So, man, I mean,
down the road from my house the other day, I'm dropping the little guy off at school, and I see a school bus. It's all wrapped up with the name of the school. It's a very, very private school, all wrapped up, and then on the side it's written the cricket bus. And I'm like to myself, so literally they've got a bus for the cricket team. What about the rugby team? So it's probably the rugby team and the bus. The soccer team is the bus. I'm like,
Curo has taken over, guys. There's so many Curos, bro, around the north, even the west.
I'm not a fan of the institution, but anyway,
it's debatable, that one. I mean,
but I'm just saying, like Modisa, you make a valid point about private schools taking over.
Yeah,
I mean, even right now, Urabada went to a private school himself.
Yeah, bro.
Tembaba Vumanaye, private school as well. So it is what it is. But even the Scouts,
and in actual fact, we don't have an ordinary cricketer of the African descent that is like that has a Makazola Mapimpi story.
Yeah,
we don't have that
story.
Yeah, bro. I mean, exactly. So Makantini is a rare breed, but now Tandon is in a private school. So bro, cricket is an expensive sport. These helmets don't come cheap. These bats don't come cheap. And for a decent bat today, you're going to spend $3 plus for a young man, for a grade 9 guy. So, if we're not going to high school, it's difficult, bro.
It's tough.
Yeah. Really is. And also they go and what do they call these things? We used to call them in high school. I can't even remember where we go for the week. Oh yeah, then we go camp, and that requires money. I think at camp, that's where you see the talent that's in the world, and you see that your view of what high level competition is at your age and your peers. It literally takes it up a notch, because now you're going up against guys that breathe the sport, and they are purely focused on this, and when you're just doing it for fun, and then that in itself, it elevates your game to the next level. But we don't have that because it's so privatized. But actually, what isn't privatized in South Africa as a society, everything is gone.
Yeah, bro. And I mean, there's a lot of talent in cricket. Cricket is a technique game, and if you look at Jeffrey Toyana comes from deep Soweto, my man, and he was a lethal left-arm batsman in his time and in his prime, just like what's his name, Kaya Machola, the guys that actually started fighting for us as black people to make it in the cricket fraternity. So there's definitely a lot of talent in those spaces. The problem is facilities. I mean, we don't have the facilities at Kasi. We don't have the equipment. Cricket is not like soccer, where you can go buy a soccer ball for 100 rand and you keep moving. You need people to have their kits. You can't share ball boxes, for example, and you need them. Those are critical types of equipment. You need pads, you need helmets, you need bats, you need wicketkeeper gloves, you need pads.
But I think we should revive these clubs that we used to have, because I know when I saw it was very famous for having a big club. I think there was one Dobsonville, and there was quite a few.
Nase Alka Stadium in Rockville, because there is a cricket stadium there. Once the Highveld Lions played a game there, Timber was on fire in that game.
You look at someone's physique. This boy is in high school, and you see which the height is there, and you like if he's a fast bowler or a sim bowler, would be very good, because he's got the height, he's got the stance, and he should be good, but just not given the opportunity.
Yeah, bro. Hey, cricket. But yeah, man, back to the test. So yeah, man. What else did you prepare? Let's hear your prep today.
Now you guys, like I said,
his homework.
Yeah, I want to hear how much he's done.
Everything, because we know where our frailty is. It's the batting, and I just feel like in us having a conversation, you guys pretty much mentioned everything that I thought of. I mean, on my end,
But you know where we're lacking in our batting? Over and above composure and everything. Bro, our best test batsman this year has been, and last year has been, Temba Bavuma, and the test cricketer in the test format. Though he's not delivering on the centuries, but he's been the most consistent with the 70s, 80s, 90s, even 99, and 98, and 90. Yeah, 98 at some point, where I remember Mark Boucher said he was too short to make 100. Pun intended. I found that funny. So yeah, I mean, he's been, and he's out. I mean, he's been injured. I see he's coming back now for the India ODI series, but we don't have batsmen that can deliver beyond 100 or close to 200 consistently. Like I can tell you now, Joe Root is going to score 100 in one of these two innings this game. He's going to score 100. Guys, Joe Root. Guys, have you watched that guy bat? And he's this
cover drive king, bro.
The weird part is that he's comfortable with a fast bowler, a sim bowler, a spinner. He doesn't really care.
Doesn't care. He's gonna smack you. He's gonna torment you. And my point in all of this was that we've taken away the experience of Faf too early, guys. Too early. And Faf was on point. I mean, we should have still had Faf playing in his last World Cup. And we needed guys like him who we know, even if he scores 20 in 2 games, he's going to come in.
Or was it TSA deciding?
He's going to come. I think he stepped down from Test Vele, but he hasn't retired from the shorter format of the game. And we're not calling him up. And I'm telling you now, had he still been playing, and we said, Chief, come on, let's keep you in the Test arena for another year to deliver. I mean, he didn't retire like our other friend there who wants to come back during the World Cup. He would have done it. We don't have the guys we believed in aren't delivering, man. Man. I don't know why someone like Reza Hendricks isn't playing Test cricket. He's so composed. He's so relaxed. He's not only a T20 cricketer. He's not. He's not a short format batsman. It's like Yanaman Malan. He's not an ODI batsman alone, guys. Those are the guys that can give us 100. We need that. When last were we celebrating a century for a South African batsman?
It's been a
minute. Yo,
bro, come on.
I think the same because we've been traveling, like we went from India, now in England. But it's like the World Cup is coming up and it's in Australia. So what do we struggle with the Australian pitch? That's why we're not going to see any 100. Oh, if you get 100 in T20, then you are something special.
But another thing is, guys, I feel like as well, our developments from a batting standpoint, you see bowling, I have no issues with bowling. I think we constantly produce quality bowlers as time progresses. But recently,
quality bowlers.
Because like I was watching a show, I forgot what it's called. It's a cricket show on SuperSport. It's got Hashim Amla, it's got
yes,
as well as Prince. Those
or
three,
something like that.
yeah, whatever it's called. But those three guys, I was like, look at these superstars, bro, just chilling there, and they're from one era. It's not like they're not from one era. Like they actually, it's just, of course, I think Herschel and Prince are older than Amla, but it was a nice contingency plan where Amla would come through whilst these guys were still in like, of course, in the latter stages of their career. But I mean, my thing is when I look now at our current batsmen, the standard is not the same, bro. Like I don't see anyone on the levels of your Prince and Amla and Herschel, bro. In our
Maybe you guys
team.
don't share the sentiments. Normally, Abongamla are good in succession planning. Whether it's the state or it's rugby, I think the current CSA has failed in having succession plans for who the next.
Abongamla sihle.
Yes.
Yazi yangimangaza abongamla.
Yes. I was confused, Mudi said
Abongamla.
like I had to first take the time.
The problem that's happening now is that there are people who've been set up for the system, Sihle.
Yeah,
there's no people that are coming in.
Remember what we were talking about? What's a better batsman to come in? Is one from the street or one from the boat?
Exactly. It's the guys that have been set up to come in. Like I'm saying, I don't understand why Kaya Zondo's not playing in our test squad. He's not playing. That guy's been consistent, Chief. Because Sinabantu that have been set up to play at a certain level. Why has Makram not been dropped, guys? And I will say it here, even though I don't know the intel. Makram has been set up to become our next captain across all formats. So he's been built for that.
Malcolm is like Maguire, dog. Like,
bro.
Like,
is that English Maguire?
He doesn't have that thing, like Mudi said, dog. You even saw when he went to the crease, and this is nothing personal against him, in case he's watching. This is not us being personal. We're just judging his cricket ability.
If he's watching, we're inviting him to come in and defend himself. But he doesn't have the thing, but he's being thrust into the limelight. It's like, yo, dude, you're the next captain. It's like,
But he doesn't have the facilities, like,
bro.
He doesn't, when I look at him, he doesn't look like he's a leader. You see with Temba, Nyabo Gutu Temba is a leader, he's composed.
Yes.
There's that thing that he has. There's that aura he has.
You're right. When you go historically at our captaincy, you look at Graham Smith, not my favorite captain, but he was present.
Me, Graham Smith, I loved him. Me.
As
a cricketer. I love Graham Smith.
His reputation got tainted later on in life. But
exactly. That's what you must get right. Graham Smith was a phenomenal leader, a phenomenal cricketer. Yes, there was discrimination, but Graham Smith, you could rely on him. I remember watching a game against England. England won that game, and Graham Smith scored 120 or something, and he had a broken finger. They asked Andrew Strauss from England, who was the England captain at the time, can we bring on a reserve batsman? Because if the captain approves, then he retires. And he said no. Graham Smith moored him with a broken finger. Man, for me, that's leadership. If he was a baby, he would have just stepped off and said, guys, no, I'm hindered. Even though we lost the game, but he gave it his all until the very last ball he faced, when he was out, when he was caught out, I think on the boundary, if I remember correctly. For me, Graham Smith, as a cricketer on the field, he delivered with the bat. He made phenomenal decisions. They feared him around the world, and that's why today he has all the connections with the big guys like India, like the English board, like the Australian cricket board, and now Opeg just to Safara, because he's got the connection. So he'll send them an SMS and say, So it's the reality of the game. It's the reality of the game. So yeah, man, Mina, I just think we don't have players at the right level who are coming in now to dominate our test platform. And even though they're setting up on Makram to come do that, they need to know that Makram needs to deliver. Makram today is currently our best T20 batsman. We mustn't lie. I thought that was my child for a moment, honestly. Because I was like, where are you coming from?
Sorry, Ken. Go.
No worries. No, it happens. Don't worry. We're used to those things. Markham is currently our best T20 batsman. We know that. He's aggressive. He loves the tempo. And initially, I thought he was a test batsman until they gave him the platform. And that's why he's playing in the IPL consistently. It's just that he's not composed. A guy that's a test batsman for me is Kyle Verreynne. He tries. The guy tries. He tries and tries and tries.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, at some point he's gonna be lethal. So maybe we should look at those type of guys and setting them up because they're playing on merit, on form. They're playing with heart. Abu Keegan Peterson, they playing. They're trying to deliver. Technique is there.
Yeah.
Everything is there. Yeah, you have to be tactical around him to get him out, which is what they do. But he's playing. He's a solid number 3. Man. So. Yeah, I'm a bit worried about our future in Test cricket as a nation.
Same here, man. I completely agree with you, Maurice. And I mean, those are the sort of conversations that I have with myself. What does the future lie? Because right now, man, when I look at our batting,
we're horrific.
Yeah. So yeah, guys. So I'm sure you guys can see my screen.
Let's discuss this one.
Yeah, let's. This is the closing.
Is this a confirmed T20 thing?
How, Chief? You haven't seen the squad? Me, I'm excited. I'm very excited for the squad. I'm very, very excited.
When was this released? Because I had
yesterday.
Okay, no, it's fine. I've got last.
This morning. Yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. You know why? Just to get into it, why I'm excited. This is probably the best team we've put out for T20 in a long time. And our T20 guys have been consistent. And I'm sorry to say, but for the first time, I'm glad we don't have Upetlukayo, who's been given separate chances and hasn't been performing. Yeah, bro. So I think we'll only miss Rassi, merely because it's Rassi and he can deliver on that odd, important game. But other than that, man, I'm happy. People were busy complaining about Utievald, this young AB. But he hasn't played at national level. You can't throw him into the World Cup. He hasn't played enough.
Maybe he's going to be the unknown quantity that we need. But
nah, bro. This isn't the tournament. Chief, this is international cricket. This isn't domestic cricket. This is international cricket. You're playing the best of the best. So for me, we've picked our best team we possibly can. I'm happy for Riza. He missed out on the last World Cup, unfortunately, and though he was on form, but he's been playing pretty well. Abu Hendrik Klasse in Bane, but I think this is a very strong squad. This is a very strong squad we've put forward. Personally, I'm happy for Abu Wayne Parnell being back, Abu Riley Rousseau, who've been performing across the world. Chief, I'm happy with the squad.
Klassen has been performing. Is one thing I'm glad to see on the list.
Who?
Klassen.
Aye.
Yeah. I knew you were gonna go there.
Aye.
But at least, from an experience standpoint, dog, I feel like this, there's a...
It's a balanced side. It's a very balanced side. Actually, I missed... it's a very balanced side.
Tristan Stubbs. Yo, that boy. Yo, like he's... I like his cricket, especially in T20, boy. He's not scared of anybody. He can also bowl. He gives us that off-spin option. He was bowling in the 100 that was playing now for in England for... the team in Manchester, the Manchester Originals or whatever. And he bowled pretty well, though he didn't bat as well as he did for us, but he bowled very well. So, yeah, man, I'm excited for this team. I hope Lungi gets a chance to bowl because usually in T20 he doesn't play a lot. We usually go with KG, Heinrich, Tabriz, and Maharaj. So, I hope Lungi gets a chance. Lungi can deliver the ball, guys. He can deliver. He's not the fastest, but his technique is on point. His line and length is on point. So yeah, man. Can I throw you guys under the bus and say what's your starting 11 here?
Is
So out of the 15, wait,
I'll tell you.
Yeah.
I mean, Bavuma has to play, right?
Of
He's
course.
no,
gonna
it's the
open.
yeah.
He would
KG is
open
also
with Quinny.
starting.
Wait, line by line.
Yeah.
Timber's gonna open with Quinny.
Yeah.
But what I would do in this instance with Bavuma being back, I would have Quinton open with Riza. I'll
Yeah.
bring Timber in at 3. I'll bring Riley in at 4. I'll bring David Miller in at 5. I'll bring
Maharaj.
Yeah.
Hi, Maharaj at 6. Yo, you see, this is a tough one because I think I'll bring Heinrich at 6.
Yeah.
I'll bring Dwayne Pretorius at 7. KG at 8. Maharaj at 9.
Panel.
Heinrich at 10. No, Panel won't play. Heinrich at 10 and Utabraze at 11.
So wait,
you're dropping Markram, dog.
I'm dropping Markram, I'm dropping Ulungi, I'm dropping Wayne, and I'm dropping, there's somebody else, Utristan. Those
You
4.
just said, Budisa, didn't you just say that you hope that they give Lungi?
No, I think what you say is talking about the
I
first
said
match.
I hope, but reality says that Ulungi won't play. Reality says that, you know, like if I'm more realistic with you, they're going to open with Temba. Riza won't play. They're going to bring in Makram at 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're going to bring in, who did I say it for? Someone at 4.
You said
was Timber.
Riley. Yes, Riley at 4.
Riley.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Riley at 4. Definitely Umela at 5. They're going to bring him. They're going to bring Utlasen at 6. That's the reality. They're going to bring Dwayne Pretorius at 7, who I'm not complaining about. He's a good all-rounder. They're going to bring on UKG at 8. Kesh at 9, who I'd actually drop and bring on Tristan, rather, right? And drop KG to 9. Tristan coming in at 7. You know, it gives you various options. That's the reality. Ulungi is not going to play, guys. And I want Ulungi to play. I would play Lungi over Kesh. So it would either be Lungi or Tristan Stubbs over Kesh in T20. And that's my opinion.
Yeah, I know, of course, man. But it makes sense, like, you know, everything you're saying, bro. Like, because you are giving valid reasons as to why, you know.
Or drop Temba. Or why don't we address that one in this format? Drop him.
No.
But he's our captain.
Why? Tell me, he's captain, but is he delivering in T20?
Yeah, because he isn't that aggressive. He's not an aggressive
batsman.
You can't risk it. You can't risk having him as your captain. You bench him, right?
Is he delivering? Will he win us a T20 game?
No.
So what are we trying to do?
I
get it. He's captain. I love Timber.
Yeah, I know.
I love Timber. He's a good cricketer. But now we're speaking about this format. We're playing against Pakistan, whose T20 squad is out of this world. We're playing Australia, David Warner. Ooh, God.
Dude.
Huh? Come on. We're playing Johnny Bairstow, Josh Butler from England, Ben Stokes.
Stokes in King,
We're playing Daryl Mitchell, the wicketkeeper from New Zealand.
And Tim Saudi. Is Tim Saudi still in?
Trent Bolt, boy.
Trent Bolt is a problem, bro.
Sure. Trent Bolt, his ball goes like this. It swings 4 times before.
Does Guptill still play, bro?
No, he retired, I believe.
I said New Zealand, but you see from New
Ross
Zealand,
Taylor. Brendan McCallum. Brendan is the test. He's the test coach for England.
Wow. Is he, dog? Damn.
Yeah, he's the test coach.
I'm not Brendan.
Brendan reminds me of, for some reason, Sonny Bill Williams, from the rugby player, man.
Yeah, from the rugby.
He's arrogant and he's hunger.
Yeah.
So we less than
So,
a month.
Sihle, would you still play Temba? Be honest.
I would.
Nah, mina ngiyambench. Ngiyamncane uThemba.
Ngiyamcala.
Ngiyambench. He'll coach from the side, eh?
Yeah, he'll motivate the boys. Come on, boys.
Chief, he's not going to give us option. Quinton can win us games. We'll go one by one. Quinton can win us games easily. Reza can win us games easily. Heinrich, okay, on his day. Kesh, Aiden Markram can win us a game, a T20 game. David can win us a T20 game. Luby can win us a T20 game.
He can also win us a game.
Heinrich, Wayne, Dwayne, KG, Riley, Tabraze, and Tristan. They can all win us games.
Except
the only
for
people
Temba.
I doubt here is Temba and Kesh, who can win us a T20 game. Winners. As in be on par on the day, perform. Temba scores 70 of 36 balls. We are not going to see that.
Yeah, no.
We are going to see 70 over 79 balls. You've wasted the game.
Yeah. And this is not a knock. And this is not a knock on him. It's just for the format.
It's for the format, exactly. So ODI, he's perfect. Test cricket, perfect. He's got enough balls to face. T20, it's 120 balls, Chief. You have to score as many runs as you can. If you're going to take 79 and score 76, you've wasted a Riley Rousseau who can come in and take those 79 balls and score you a century.
The ask is that 120 balls, you need to score at least 180 or 200 for you to have a fighting chance.
And it depends on a lot of things. It depends on the pitch, on the conditions, etc. Right? But a good winning score is 180 plus, and that's more. That's at more than a run per ball. You know that's a decent run rate for me. I've seen is about 9 runs and over plus. If you're anything below, chances of you winning that game are very slim. So we need to look at the squad.
I've been keeping up with the different groups.
In corner,
Canada.
No, Canada. Do they play cricket? Those ones?
Yeah, they do.
They do, dog.
Can they play Canada?
No, God.
Okay.
Wait, let's see. Come on.
We don't fear them.
Yeah. Can you share your screen there, Sihle, bro?
Once
you find it there, then we'll just look at the teams in closing. You know, we always say we're gonna have a quick episode, and we always go overboard.
Yeah, I've got it here. I can share.
Yeah,
okay. I'll stop sharing.
Press share. Share screen.
Oh no, Sihle just shared now.
That's fine. I'll stop.
Which screen? I want to share the screen. Yeah. Share. Let me know if you guys can see.
Danko. It's loading.
There we go.
There you go. Can you see clearly the teams here?
Hey.
Yeah, I've got it. So Australia, England, New Zealand.
Hey, our group. Yes.
They
always do this, dog. Always.
Yeah.
Getting out of this.
But Chief, this group is not easier. This group
is tough, bro. Which one?
Bro, look, this one. The England one, it's not easy. It's not easy. And we're waiting for 2 teams from here, 2 teams from here.
Yeah.
You know, we're waiting for 2 teams from here. But this group is not easy, gentlemen.
This tough.
But India's T20 play of late, boy,
it's not.
They've recalled Hales apparently.
Chief, yesterday they lost to Sri Lanka. Yesterday.
Yeah, but I think
they lost to Sri Lanka.
It's tougher than the first group.
I don't, boy. New Zealand, England, Australia, Afghanistan. Afghanistan spin bowling is.
Look at our group. Who's coming out of this group?
This group, Bangladesh is out. Sobashaya love. Lava Sobashaya love. Lava Sobashaya love. We beat them before in the series. Didn't we win the series? We did.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, Sobashaya love.
We just allowed. We No. We drew it. We drew it because we allowed them in the last two. We were leading the first two, and we allowed them to come back.
Oh, and then the last one was rained out, I think.
Yeah, rained out.
Yeah, it was rained
okay.
out. Yeah, I recall.
So was shy, love.
Yeah.
So was shy.
Nah, that's the bottom two.
Lava so was shy. This team is hard, guys. It's hard.
Yeah, Pakistan is tough, bro.
They bat deep, and
Yeah.
they bat very deep in T20. And they've got a guy, Asif Ali or something.
Yeah.
Manyama siX boy in last year's World Cup. So, hey, Eskom has been nice to me. I'm happy. Thank you.
Yeah.
But I think we can come out of this. Remember, in the last World Cup, Chief, we had Australia, England, all those guys, and we only lost the first game.
Yeah.
We only lost one game, and the challenge was run rate. The only reason why we didn't qualify ahead of Australia, who ended up winning, was the run rate.
Yeah. Yeah. And then why a group? These two groups, man, they're so powerful.
Yeah, they have to qualify for the groups. So even if you look at the schedule, they start playing first, yeah, Baba.
Oh, okay.
They start playing, and then what, and then it gets to that point.
I see. I was that guy on my feet.
Yeah, and then the real boys start.
Who was pulling the teams? Yeah, I was like, who was pulling the team?
No, Lava. But I'd be happy to see Zimbabwe coming in, gents.
Yeah.
But it's probably going to be Ireland and West Indies. If we're real, based on T20.
Remember, Darren,
Chris Gale, I would Darren Sammy, Kieran Pollard, DJ Bravo. Yeah. DJ Bravo. The problem is West Indies cricket has a lot of politics.
Yes.
Especially in these types of formats. And that's why the guys just make money around the world instead of playing for their national team. There's too many politics. So yeah, man. And if they bring that cricket board up to speed again, they're lethal. They've won a World Cup.
Two.
They've won. Two. You're right. Two.
Yeah, they've won two.
We haven't won. Fuck, we're the chokers. Why has now good time? There's a winner here except South Africa.
What are the tags? I hope at some point in the near future we get rid of.
All I'm gonna say, gents, is we've got to be realistic, right? If we couldn't win the World Cup in 2015, Ngabo AB who are on form, we cannot fault Abu Temba, Abu Banban if they don't come back with the World Cup. I think it is unfair because they've struggled and they haven't received as much backing as those guys did back then. True. And I think let me try find that T20 squad that we had back then, and I'll share because I think it's important. T20 World Cup.
Yeah.
I think it's important to look at, and why I say that is because then South Africa had a strong team, Chief. We had a very strong team in Naila. Yeah. My hand is itchy.
Yeah, money is coming your way.
So here's our squad, Chief. Yeah. We had UAP, we know. We had Hashim, we know. Kyle Abbott, decent bowler. Behardin, Angimnanyulo,
Quintin,
Quinny, exactly. Faf. We had JP, one of the best T20 players at the time. Yeah. We had David Miller time, Musasekona Namaj. We had Monet, Wayne, Upangiso, Venon, O'Reilly, Udelstein. This is a lethal squad.
The standards between the spot that we just saw and this one. You see, this one is scary.
Yeah, bro. So it would be unfair if we put too much pressure based on what they delivered in the last World Cup, where they just missed out on a playoffs position or top 4 position, versus what they deliver now with an even stronger team than what we had. Yes. But merely just looking at what this squad had and couldn't win. So Yeah, man. I just
But I
think
think
we must just
that
give the
is
guys
off
a
the
break.
pressure. I think that works to their advantage. It is off the pressure because I think sometimes we get caught up in our own hype, which we are supposed to be reckoned with, and it fizzles to the players, and then at some point they make bad decisions just purely on that on that. So right now, no pressure. CSA doesn't have its house in order. So if they do perform, they do perform.
Ay, so shy. Mina
yeah,
ngithi sobatrapa bonke.
yeah.
Ay, sobatrapa, guys. Watch.
Why, James?
Sobatrapa.
I hope they surprise us, guys. Like, as in,
That would be a good surprise.
yeah, it would be a pleasant one indeed, indeed. I know, gents.
Sobatrapa.
Yeah, I just feel like we've covered everything. This was meant to be a short
This
episode,
is
CK,
supposed to
like
be a
you
quick
said.
30-minute chat.
It's never 30 minutes with us, dog. But it was a dope episode, I must
Wait,
say.
before we go, can we
Yeah.
see how Sundowns is playing? By Shire or Gwenzagala?
Yeah,
Let's hope.
you might like it when it comes to Sundown. Even as last week
I-
we were in sport, you
Yeah.
announced Bashai.
I know it's still
Yeah.
goalless.
And it's the 64th minute against Cheaper.
Hey, cheap up at the Shy Pirates.
Yeah, to be leader for 2 minutes. Singers like to lead the
Dude. Yeah. But this season is it's a yo-yo season, bro. Like it's
Chiefs is a Tati League this season.
Napoli and Liverpool in a bit. Let's see if Liverpool can come right.
Nah.
By the way, gents, I know we have to go. Who's the next Chelsea manager?
From my side, so there's three possible managers that have been spoken of. One, Zizou, highly unlikely. He's looking towards the French job after the World Cup.
Yeah.
I know both of you at some point you were hopeful Zizou would come to Man United. Both of you. Second one is Pochettino. Pochettino he's got a proven track record in the EPL. Two sides, Southampton
for a small team.
And Spurs. Small deal. It's a shot at Spurs, but anyway. And then
Spurs a big team.
Graham Potter. He is probably the best English manager right now.
He won't handle the Eagles. Yeah, the Eagles.
Not for Chelsea.
That's part of the reasons why they sacked Homeboy. It's your players as usual that were like, hey, Todd, keep challenge.
So for me, I wouldn't mind having any of the three, but my wish list goes Zizou, Potter, and Pochettino.
Reality is a team like Chelsea, Chief. If you look at who their managers have been, it's managers with strong personalities. I mean, Abu Ancelotti, Abu Jose Mourinho, and
Conte.
It's guys who can handle those types of clubs. I believe that if you guys bring on Opota now, who will likely sign, I think you guys are setting him up for failure, man.
Yeah.
For me, I've always said that Potter, I rate him highly as a manager, though Marafere. I believe he should start at like an Everton, build his way into playing Europa football, and then target playing Champions League. Now to throw you straight at Champions League,
but I think he's got a better side than Everton right now.
Straight with fair. But it's about bringing the philosophy into the game, right? And building the right team.
And Everton has money, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
a bigger budget than what Brighton has today. And he's performing better than Everton with a small budget.
I think
so if he can take, remember, David Moyes, Chief, we gave him a blank check at United. You know who he signed?
The thing is that as well, Modise, bro, a director of football would be needed if you guys go for Potter, bro.
Yeah.
Because right now, one thing I can tell you about Chelsea is that you guys are moving like United. There's no structure whatsoever at the top. Because you look at the signings that you guys have made. They don't.
It's called vibes.
Yeah, dude.
It's Twitter signings. It's guys that are popular on Twitter. Oh, Nifunu Kudupali. Okay, let's fetch
You
him.
see,
Oh, Nifunu Apumayego. Okay, Siamlana.
yeah, well,
Oh,
it's not.
there's no strategy. Yeah.
There's no strategy. And Potter needs that, bro. A director of football is needed. And I feel like these not English, what is this? These American owners, bro, they don't care about that, you know.
But also, if you give Potter a blank check, you know who he's gonna sign? Trossard. Watch. He's going to bring Trossard to Chelsea, and nothing against Trossard. But he's going to bring him to Chelsea.
There's a different level.
Exactly. Yeah. And he won't play. We'll
find out soon enough. Actually, speaking of which, let me check real quick. Maybe this team has issued a statement.
Oh, yeah.
Aye. Let's check Fabrizio.
Yeah, no, they issued the statement before Fabrizio this morning.
Oh, was he late?
Guys, let's have this convo off camera, guys.
All right.
Thank you for watching. Gentlemen. Please like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel, put a brother on. This is Easy Sport. And we are. Peace.